I'm not going to leave this simple question hanging, says Advocate Zithulele Nxumalo. Okay, this is one of the quotable quotes I have to say. He left me speechless. Like, what did Zithulele say? Where is that rewind button? You already know I am going to give you the clips and we're going to sit down and break it all down. But for now, I want to give you the highlights, okay? The parts where Zithulele shocked the Brigadier into silence. I cannot even believe. I thought I was going to pack away my cricket sounds and pack away the twee sound that you guys love so much. But guess what? No, not with Zithulele. He has some punchlines, okay? He has some punchlines. You know what? He is very, very different from Mnisi in the terms of Mnisi lit the grenade before it was even time for him to do the cross-examination with Brigadier Gininda. With Zithulele Nxumalo, Advocate Zithulele Nxumalo, I mean, even Gininda didn't expect this. I can assure you, Gininda did not expect this. He started with his long, winding answers, and Nxumalo says, listen. The judge had to step in. Of course, he had to descend into the arena and say, let him answer, because Nxumalo already knew. He already knew because, listen, he sat through 2 cross-examinations. He already started fed up with the Brigadier, and he knew he needed short answers, and he knew how he was going to ask his questions so the Brigadier doesn't go into long winding sentences. But as you know, the Brigadier always wiggles his way around, and then Nxumalo says, guys, I can't believe he says this. He says, my question is so simple. It's literally 14 words. I just need you to answer the question, okay? I mean, wow, okay? So some of the major highlights, I think, like, you guys know, I did a huge dive on Zungu, okay? Those who don't know who Zungu is, I did a whole series on Zungu. So there are many, many names. And I can't believe Advocate Nxumalo brought up every single name, okay? Every single name, all in like less than 10 minutes, every single name was put on the table, pa! And the Brigadier is chasing information, okay? The Brigadier is denying, okay? He gets the Brigadier to deny. And then he says, let's read the transcript. Oh, shall we? I mean, it's just like, oh, who is this? So I love that. I love that he, as opposed to Mnisi. Mnisi is not very specific in his quotations. He's paraphrasing and in some cases getting it wrong. Nxumalo has the transcript right there. Okay, that's the benefit of being number 3. Okay, you have time to print out the transcript, highlight, get everything ready. Okay, Nxumalo has had time. I was afraid that Nxumalo was going to do like a 1-day cross-examination. Court has ended early of no fault of any of the advocates. Okay, Mr. Interpreter has got stuff to do at 2:30, but Sikolapo, okay, before I digress, listen, let's get back to Zithulele, okay? Uzwite, okay? Because wait, what? He says, so I feel like I have to introduce names. So let's take this as an intro video to Nxumalo's cross-examination, because this is going to be helpful when we get into the clips. So, how do we start the Zungu story? Zungu, okay, Constable Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu, okay, put him at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. He kind of carries the SENZO MEYIWA story. Without Zungu, and I nickname him Zungu, without Zungu, there is no 5 accused, okay? So, and I've never had this thought before, but Nxumalo's line of questioning made me think, like, wait, allegedly, Brigadier Gininda looked for someone who could get their father over there in the Nongoma to align 5 individuals and then pin the SENZO MEYIWA case to them. Okay? So imagine, a Constable Zungu. And you say to him, hey, Constable Zungu, do you know Mgulugudus in the Nongoma area? I need Mgulugudus, like Mgulugudus, and this is the description of the Mgulugudus that I'm kind of looking for. Do you know any people that can fit this description? We need to build a story, and they probably build character. You know how the movie directors do it. Anyway, Zungu somehow says, I'm not gonna lie. He says this to Baloi, and I thought that was quite interesting. Why would he say that? So it looks like maybe, Gininda tried to get him to talk multiple times. Zungu wouldn't do it. And then he recruited his father. But pause that thought. Let's go to the merits of the case, okay? So Zungu is a constable, and he worked, because he's now been moved to Cape Town. He worked in Soweto, okay? He worked in Soweto, and he went to the office of the National Commissioner, okay? And he said, listen, I need to tell you guys some information about the SENZO MEYIWA trial. And they're like, okay, cool. We'll link you up with Brigadier Gininda. He's in charge of that unit, that cold case unit. But Constable Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu, once upon a time, let's say the 26th of October 2014, conveniently, okay, was supposed to go to work. He went to work, and then his nephew called him. His nephew's name is Gwabini. His nephew called him around 7 a.m. and said, hey, uncle, let's hang out today. And he says, I've got to go to work, but sure, we can hang out later. And he says, when you're coming later, can you come with Makosonke? Can you pick up Makosonke? And he says, sure, no problem. They picked up Makosonke. I think they met at Carlton Center. Don't quote me on that. I could be misquoting it because I'm saying this story from my memory. Makosonke, can you pick up Makosonke and come with him? Not a problem. I can do that, my nephew. And then they get to Gwabini's place, and Gwabini's place is where? At the Basutwini hostel. Okay? Ground zero of the planification. Gwabini is kind of a Mgulugudu, and then he tells everybody to hand in their firearms. Okay? He's the kind of Mgulugudu who keeps his eyes on all the firearms when he's having a gathering of Mgulugudus, even though his uncle is a whole policeman. He says, don't even you, uncle, bring me your firearm. He keeps all the firearms. The 5 accused are there, according to this Constable Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu. They party together, they eat a lot of meat, things are nice, and then suddenly the 5 accused, okay, they left. And they did the ending of SENZO MEYIWA, and then they came back. And then Bongani Ntanzi changed his sweater from black to gray or gray to black. I can't remember the order of colors. Okay? Now, Sfiso, and then that's 2014, okay? Fast forward to 2019, that's when his conscience is really eating him up, okay? His conscience cannot take it anymore. He must confess to knowing who ended the life of SENZO MEYIWA because he was with them at the commissioning of the crime. At some point, guys, Advocate Zithulele Nxumalo says to a whole decorated Brigadier Gininda, what is the definition of planning? I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Where is he going with this? Planning is before, right? It is before. So you can't be telling us about what Zungu is saying at the end of the commissioning of the crime. Okay. Zwide, you have my full attention. What other highlight can I give you? There's some difficulties in Gininda recounting how he met Constable Zungu. Can you imagine the whole Brigadier not being able to answer a question? Can you imagine total silence? Incredible, okay? Because he suddenly has no memory of the month when he met Zungu for the first time. Can you guys believe a whole Brigadier who's been yapping and blah 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 the whole time with Umnisi, with Uramasipili, but now he cannot remember when he met Zungu. Remember, I told you Zungu is the kingpin. Zungu is at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro as a witness. Okay, he is the star witness of the show. Without Zungu, there is no 5 accused. Keep that in mind. Okay, but let's keep going. What else does What else does? What's happening with my English? Okay, Zithulele. Okay, wow. I undermined him. Okay, I will go on record and say I undermined him starting this morning, and I was live with Unoni. Okay, and she tricked me into undermining him, only for him to stand up like a king. Okay, in that courtroom. Now, he says, Brigadier, my question is about 14 words. Okay, it is simple. Okay, what do you know? He says to him, the question that I'm asking you, did you ask this to Zungu? What do you know about the killing of SENZO MEYIWA? Brigadier Gininda rushes to answer the question. No, of course not. Why would I ask that? No, there is no way I could ask that. At what stage? With the issues of his... And it starts going on and on and on. And Nxumalo says, Funda Nxumalo, Funda Zwite Funda. This is what Zwite does. He says, you know what, I'm going to refer you to the transcript of the 7th of September 2023 when Zungu was here in court, and he says, you specifically said, what do you know about the killing of SENZO MEYIWA? This is where I'm going to insert the cricket sound. Okay? Gininda cannot answer the question. Dead silence. What has he been doing with Nisi the whole time? Go back to the record. That's not what I said. But with Nxumalo, Zui. So it goes on and on, guys. It goes on and on and on. So that's the highlight I wanted to give you. Some key names to remember. Gwabini, okay? Gwabini is the nephew who allegedly accused number 5 took out while he was out on bail. Because accused number 5 has taken out the Zungu nation, okay? About 6 people in total from the Zungu family because of, battles of the giants over there in the Zungu nation and okay? Guningi. I'll be back, of course, with a deep dive, but I wanted to give you this summary of what just went down. Basically, even Brigadier Gininda cannot believe that Nxumalo did this to him. He can't believe it. Baloyi even tried to do his squats. Baloyi had to jump in. In the end, Gininda says, it's not fair for me to speak on behalf of Constable Zungu. I was not in court when Zungu was in court. You will have to ask those questions to Zungu because he couldn't answer the questions anymore. He could not answer the questions anymore. And then Nxumalo says, Brigadier, unfortunately, it doesn't end there. Okay, we've got more. I've got more questions for you. Okay, he reads more into the record. Nxumalo, what are you doing? Like, Nxumalo was unhinged. Okay, and I absolutely loved it. He took me by surprise. I think I went into today, expecting him to just talk about accused number 4. Oh, he asked a very, very, very important question about accused number 4, which was brilliant because nobody has brought that up. He said to the Brigadier Gininda, do you have a single witness that can point accused number 4 was outside the Nxumalo house? No. Brigadier Gininda says no. Okay. Bam. Do you have any witness that can point that accused number 4 ran back into the house? Remember, guys, I did a video about that where I was like, what was accused number 4 going into the house to do? According to Bongani Ntanzi's confession, accused number 4 ran back into the house, okay? But nobody else talks about that. Not even Zandile, who talks about everything. And Gininda says, no, I don't have a witness that can say that. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Mic drop. I mean, that was crazy. Let me know in the comment section down below your highlights. Let me know in the comment section if you watched it. And you already know I will be back with the blow-by-blow breakdowns, clip by clip, because you just have to watch it. You just have to watch it again. Nxumalo did a fantastic job. Day 1 of Nxumalo. He scores points for the defense. Yes, yes, yes. I know Gininda is not a happy man. this is not what he expected. He expected to walk all over Nxumalo. Absolutely. I predict that. Yeah. Anyway, let me end this video here. I don't want to make it too long. Let me know your thoughts. You know I'll be there to join you in conversation. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.